Don't overlook the obvious. Pray about every difficult problem. Bill Marriott. Nice having you all to this program, Vivid View with Ehiliz. God be praised. Vivid View, say and do it. The trade of human for the purpose of forced labor, sexual slavery, or commercial sexual exploitation for the trafficker is human trafficking. Curbing the menace of human trafficking is the topic for today's discussion. We shall be back in a few seconds, and after which the guests will be introduced. Please don't go anywhere. Vivid View, say and do it. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, curbing the menace of human trafficking is the topic for discussion. And with me in the studio is an old face. She's a journalist and editor, Hajia Sekinah Lawal.
It's a pleasure being there. Vivid View,
say and do it. Before discussion proper, please follow us on our social media handles are displayed on the screen. Hajia, you're welcome again. May we have your perspective of this subject matter?
Yes, human trafficking, we all agree, is a violation of anybody's right. As much as is a form of modern slavery, because when we really look at it, it's a modern slavery issue. Yes. Where we have people that are coerced, most of the time they are either coerced, forced, or lured into this, because what they are promised most of the time is not what usually obtains. It is when people are into it that they start regretting that, why did I leave my domain? Why did I agree to this? And as a community, everybody, all hands have to be on deck to really curb this menace, because the consequences are so grave. We cannot continue to count it. We have people losing their lives as a result of this. Mm-hmm. We have many losing their dignity. Even those that are survivors, when they come back, the rescue situation is not always there. When we talk in terms of the health, in terms of home provision, in terms of legal provision, all these things are not usually there. So it's something that we really need to nip in the bud, and we really need to create the necessary awareness.
That's right. So why do people indulge in human trafficking?
For those who are the traffickers, it's a big business. Yes, it's a multi-million dollars business. And that's why they usually take it seriously. And that's why you usually see them, they are ready to process your papers for you. They are ready to spend money for people at times, most of the time, because there will be an agreement. Even in some cases, they will make the people to take oath. They do blood oath. They go to shrines at times to take oath that when you get there, when you are earning, you have to be paying me back. And in most cases, for those of them that are survivors, because we've had interactions with some of these survivors, the story is not usually palatable. Because you find most of them, they will have to keep paying and paying and paying. At the end of the day, they will be regretting their action. Another cause of human trafficking, apart from the fact that it's a multi-billion dollars business for those who are involved in it, because of the situation we found ourselves in our country, poverty is a key role here. And, you know, if not for poverty, for those of them that actually agree to go with those traffickers, it's because of the situation they found themselves in. Though we can find ways around this, but some of them just feel the best way out is to get out of the country. And in getting out of the country, they are not getting out through the proper means. They are not going out of the country through the legal means. So you find a lot of them losing their lives. And another cause is the issue of insecurity. yes, is an issue. Insecurity in our country. Bad governance. Because I believe that if we really get it right as a country, there won't be need for
anybody going to
our
look for greener
citizens
pasture
going
outside.
to look for greener pasture anywhere where they will be maltreated eventually. Because in those places they are working most of the time, they are not properly paid. Is it that they are not paid well, or for some people they are not even paid at all? Unfortunately, most of them do not even know their rights. They don't know that even as an alien in a particular country, as a migrant, you still have your rights. There are certain things you can still claim. But because people are not aware, you see
naive.
them tolerating all manners of people. They put them in place as if they are in a camp. The living condition is nothing to write home about. So we can continue to list the causes and the causes, but poverty, bad governance, because if we have good leadership, our country should not be where we are today. We have no reason going outside our country. God has given us.
They should be the one coming to us, coming to Nigeria.
And that's how it was in
we are naturally endowed.
In the 60s, 70s, 80s, even up till 80s. God has endowed us with all the natural resources, even the best of weather that we can think of. But another thing that I want to point out is, on my part, I think for some people, it's just great. It's just great. Because you find out that some of these things that you think you are looking for outside the country, those things that you think the grain is not greener in other climes. It's just the way you wet it. For those who are, you know, becoming victims or survivors of human trafficking, you discover that there are so many things that even here, as terrible as we think, quote unquote, the situation is, you can still find certain things to do and you will surely excel. Not only in terms of fine, if we start looking at our educational system, our health, economy, you might be dampened in spirit. But that should not be. That should not be. And the reason why I said greed is another cause, is because some of our youths, and even those who are elderly, they are not ready to start small. But for any entrepreneur or any human endeavor, there is always a starting point.
Yes.
But because people want to make it big, they want to make it big time, all at once, and that is why I said greed is one of the reasons.
Yeah, also to add to that, it's not only that, just to make it big again. Some of them, like in the Edo State, they will even go to the extent of selling their houses to give to their children to travel out. Why not give that same money if you have the mind to your child to start something better here?
That is what
you don't even know whether your child will even get to the destination. Some died in Mediterranean Sea. So many things happen to them. Some also have good jobs and good hand job they're doing. As again, I listened to one of the survivors. She said that she has a very good job, salon making hair, and I know her here in Lagos. She was really doing well before this friend that came to cajole her to go. See this your handwork. That lady came pretending to be her customer. She make her hair, and she said, this is your handwork. If you follow me to Italy, you will do much better. You make more and all. Yes. And that was how she believed the lady. She confessed it. Maybe other people must have listened to her in the television. And that's how she just dropped her handwork. They know her very well, you know, to go. So greed, as you mentioned, is also there. It's part of it. I think by now we should learn our lesson. But unfortunately, our people, the victims, they don't still want to learn. They still want to make it big. Some will say, since your friend is there, you to go. I want to also be big. I want to tie good, better judge, like mama this one, like papa this one. And comparison and all those stuff. So it shouldn't be. Now we'll take a break now. Come and continue. Okay. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. We're still discussing curbing the menace of human trafficking. That takes me to another question. We have said what are major types and causes of this, because what we just discussed is why people indulge human trafficking. But I don't know what the cost is now.
Yeah. The reason why they indulged is what are the causes of the trafficking.
Okay, to make money,
To make
a
money,
living,
to live big, you know. And for some parents, it's just the one of my son or my daughter is outside the country. That is just it. And that is why part of
that's pride.
Yes, the pride of
oh,
my daughter or my son is staying outside the country. And that is why we always tell people, we need to change some of these orientation. You don't necessarily have to be outside there. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of people in the country that are making it so big, even more than those that are outside the country. So yes, I've had various experiences like that, that when it comes to donating money, then you find those of us there donating the money easily, and those we think are abroad, they will still be complaining.
Even
so it only
that
shows that you can
that.
really do well wherever you find yourself on the surface of the earth. And that's why we need to create more awareness. As we are educating our parents on proper home training, we should also let them know that we need to change some stereotypes. Some of the beliefs that we used to hold high in those days, it does not necessarily carry same weight again. Wherever you find yourself, it's a matter of commitment and determination. And that is what will take you to wherever you want to be in life. When we talk of the causes of human trafficking and why this thing is still thriving, we know that as a country, because some people are saying, where are the laws? We have the laws there. But because in most cases, the laws are not really working as they should. So that's making
not being implemented.
The trafficking in humans to be a thriving business, to be a continuous one. So we really need to do more in terms of our laws, in terms of our borders, because most of these people that have been trafficked out, and it's not only about, when we talked about types here, it's not only about traveling abroad. We have people who are trafficking people within Nigeria, the country. You have people who are bringing 20, 30 people from the rural areas to the city to come and be doing cheap labor. It's all part of it.
And be giving them.
Yes. So they are getting kickback for doing that. They are using the young ones they are bringing from the rural areas to come and do cheap labor in the city, and they are being paid. So it's not about yes, it's not about just being outside the country. It's a whole world. Even in our own, as little as someone bringing house help to you. Yes, that house help will not be the only person. You might have like 30, 40 of them that are supposed to be in school or in one vocation or the other. They are being brought and someone is collecting money on their behalf. And that is why this thing is still thriving. People are not being tried. There is the laws are there, but nobody seems to be reporting anybody. And you know, like every other thing here, you just feel there is no big deal about it, but there is really big deal.
Yeah, yes, because I asked for a house help for somebody that I know very close, and then the sisters or the auntie said that we should be paying her the money. This girl is above 18 years. He said I should not pay you. I said it's not possible. How can bamboo work? Monkey will not chop. Somebody working for me, and I will not be paying you at home. So I said this is human trafficking. The moment I mentioned it, the lady mellowed down. But she fought to make sure that girl was out of the place. Within 3 months now, she was fighting that because the girl want to go to school now. So all along, she didn't go to school because we now refuse paying you. You now say she wants to go to school. Eventually, we allowed the girl to go. But I made her to understand this is human trafficking. How can somebody else work and you be taking the money? All of it, she didn't just say pay me percentage, that we should pay all the salary to her. She now knows what and what she will give her. The girl is unkept. 18 years girl cannot dress properly. In fact, we're talking of here in Nigeria, not even outside. So these are all forms of human trafficking that we're saying that is very, very wrong. You bring any child, and I think they say there's a law, and I listened to them yesterday.
Yes.
Any child is like lower than 18 years to be your house help. If they catch you, you go in for it now.
Yes.
Because that child ought to be in school.
Exactly.
So if we're saying that Nigerians should be educated, why will you have somebody, your children will go to school in the morning, herself will remain, and is of age to go to school. So if you must know that, get somebody, anyone that's below that age, then be sure, as you send your children to school, you send her to school. When she comes back, she would start with a house choice. That's the only way out. Exactly. But if not, anybody can report you now and go in for it.
Yes.
I think it's high time we really put an end to that.
And one thing we also need to point out is for people to be creating that awareness. For most of the people that are being lured, they tell them that they have better educational opportunity or economic opportunity.
They are all lies.
We have situations where it's their organs that they are harvesting. We've seen cases like that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big business. They are harvesting people's organs. They will lure them from the country, take them outside there. We've seen situations.
Because you start donating kidney and all those stuff.
Yes, they harvest their organs and they sell. It's really a big business. And you just see some family members, they will not bother. Someone travel out, you've not heard from the person for 2-3 months, you know, and they will still be feeling, okay, maybe he or she is just settling down or something, not knowing that the person is gone already. And this is, in fact,
I don't know.
It's a serious, indeed a serious.
You know, sometimes I look and I say, well, for crying out loud, we made this money here, we go leave them here. Nobody has died and carried this money. Why are you using your fellow human being as if you're dealing with ordinary animals? I mean, let us also have that conscience. Exactly. Let's have that conscience. We have sold our conscience to the devil because of money, that you will die and also live. So please, this is so bad. It's not something we continue to mention here. Then the second one, invariably I said there are implications of human trafficking. Mention some of them. I know they are.
Of course, there are implications. That is one of them that we've just mentioned. Some people are losing their lives. Apart from losing life, human dignity.
Oh.
Because when you see some of them that have been trafficked out, if you have opportunity of meeting some of them, you will not even pray that you fall in such situation.
Regrets.
In most cases, their living condition over there is nothing to write home about. They just cramps.
They were more better when they were here.
A lot of people
when they are here.
It might just be a room or somewhere. And they are using them, you know, to make money.
You don't
they
feel
are not living well. They are not staying, even in terms of health, because some of them, they are so scared, they cannot even speak out.
The environment
they cannot talk about
so
the situation that they found themselves. They still keep tolerating the thing. And that human dignity that, okay, I'm here now. I have a job back in my country that I'm doing, but I'm here now prostituting. Because, and we have a lot of underage girls. Because the statistics, the statistics we have from the National Bureau of Statistics, we have it that 55% of those that are being trafficked out are girls. They are young ladies. Yeah. And in most cases, what they do is to make them go into commercial sex. For those who are males, it's usually forced labor. If you see some of our people in tobacco farms outside the country,
what they cannot do here.
And working in tobacco farm, you are exposed, even without smoking the M, inhaling the nicotine from the farm, being in that surrounding alone is a whole lot of health hazards. And some of these things, they can't speak out. But that is the fact. That's what they use them for, cheap labor. And because we have increase in migration, you have a lot of our people over there, those that have gone through suffering disease, those that have gone through this, they use them as cheap labor. That is what usually happens. apart from losing one life, the dignity, they use them for cheap labor. They are not paid what they are worth. For the young girls, some of them, unwanted pregnancies, like you mentioned,
their health is in
unsafe
danger.
abortion, you have them having deformity, one form of deformity or the other for the rest of their lives. So it's a whole lot of things that we really need to look into. The statistics we are getting is not the best. Fine, they gave us 70% of Nigerians are living below poverty, this and that. But there are a lot of things that we can really do to change the narratives and change the tide, rather than being victims of survivors of human trafficking. Yeah, and there is government agency, ma'am. The NAPTIP is there, National Agency for Prohibition of Human Trafficking. Yeah. Yes, it is a law enforcement agency of the federal government, just like we have NAFDAC for fake drugs, so also we have NAPTIP.
I hope that agency, they really need to do more awareness.
Yes, yes, and people,
and that's the essence of that agency.
We can also challenge them to do more. We can challenge them to do more. This is the age of social media. This is the age of internet. They are